Do you ever get that feeling that you're being watched? Like 1,000 eyes staring and writing down your every move? Like being at football training when the stadium has a full crowd? Or on a stage at a full house? That's how I feel every second of every minute of every hour of every day of every week of every month of every year. I have OCD, and I feel like if one thing in my house is a mess, the whole world will criticize me. I don't have a husband, kids, pets. They all just make a huge mess anyway. My bed isn't touched. I don't sleep on my bed or my couch or my chair. I sleep on the floor. Carpeted floors are just so annoying. You could never make the little pieces of fabric all stand up. Cement floors are disgusting to walk in, and it's like a prison or a cave or a place nobody wants to be in. Hardwood floors are perfect. I polish and vacuum them every 4.5 hours. Plants are a hassle. They grow too fast, and not all the plants grow the same height. And when I try to make them symmetrical, they die. And then the plants are green, green, brown, green, brown! No symmetry whatsoever, so I kill all the plants and leave them there, brown and half chopped off. The grass doesn't grow right along with my neighbor's grass, so when they aren't home, I kill their plants and cut their grass too. One day, while I was cutting, I passed by a glass piece placed in their front yard. As I looked in the mirror, I screamed with shock and almost wanted to cry. I had one green eye and one hazel eye. How could I have never noticed this before? I'm 30 years old and my eyes are 2 different colors? The world laughed at me. Everything grew red and I felt the heat bundle up inside of my face. I ran into my house and I got the keys and I drove to the nearest pharmacy. Do you have anything that could help me make my eyes the same color? I asked the cashier. He thought for a moment then said, "Follow me." He walked so slow that I wanted to kick him, but I needed to see what he had. "Everything that we have you could find here," he pointed out towards the aisle. "Thanks," I answered quickly. I ran down the aisle looking for something, anything, that could help me. Finally, I found it, a colored contact. It was green and it looked like it matched nicely with my eye. I bought it and scrambled home. Finally, I went to the bathroom in the safety of my home and put on the contact. It was a different color green. It was forest green instead of jungle green. I screamed. I was so angry that when I went to rip out the contact, I took my whole eye out with it. I stood in shock. I felt the hole in the side of my face, and I looked into the mirror. It's not right. I grabbed the pair of scissors and started pulling my eye out slowly. Do you know when you're in kindergarten and you cut paper and the paper kind of folded over the scissors and it didn't cut? That's kind of what happened with my eye. I started screaming. I threw the scissors and it landed propped up against the wall. Outraged, I ripped and pulled the eye straight out of the socket. Now there were 2 holes in the upper part of my face and not the lower. So I ran downstairs with no eyes and tried to find my way around. I grabbed a hammer. I just began hitting and bashing my teeth as hard as humanly possible. Clack, clack, clack. Teeth fell out one by one to the hardwood floor below. The pain was unbearable. I don't know how I look, but I am keeping my nose. I don't care how much the world will criticize me for it, but the pain was too much to take already. Feeling the holes in my face, I smiled. Finally, I was happy. I was truly happy. And when I went to leave the bathroom, I slipped on the blood and fell right where the scissors landed, and the scissors went right through the holes and into my brain. I laid there dead. The neighbors came over to complain about me cutting their grass. They found 2 eyeballs on the bathroom sink and me with a pair of scissors in my brain. One thing they didn't see until I was buried is that I died with the biggest grin on my face. Did you ever get that feeling that you're being watched? That's how I felt. But now, it's all over. And I'm the happiest woman in the world.